So you want a head spin, yeah?
Hey, I'm checking out Madlib.
What's good? It's your boy Premier bringing you beginner's guide to headspin taps. For your viewing pleasure, I'm gonna break this down into 3 main stages. Stage 1, warm up and prep. Stage 2, stages of progression. And stage 3, how to actually train it. Without further ado, let's go. Alright, cool. Story time with your boy, right? So let's roll way back to like July 2016. Just came back from the biggest, the baddest, the most mad breaking festival of my life. Outbreak. Hey, yo, I'm pumped. I'm ready, I'm hyped. The fire is burning. Ready to train, ready to get that new shit. I strut into training like I'm some G, right? I change it to my training gear, put my lucky headspin hat. I'm ready. I breathe in deep. Man's ready. You know, people even try to holler at me. I'm like, nah, not today. I'm bringing out the big guns. So people start to get a bit curious. They're like, oh, Premier's not messing about today. The pressure is starting to build, you know, I start to feel it, but no, I'm cool. I got this. I've been to 1 international jam. I know what I'm doing. I get into my b-boy stance. I tense up my body, get my mind in the zone. I start thinking of the most motivating thoughts in my mind.
Go in, fucking go in.
Now, you're probably wondering why I crashed so hard. And if you don't want to die from the humiliation of crashing that hard, you can't sport that no warm-up life. But listen, I know what you're thinking. But Prem, I've never warmed up before in my life. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry, my G. I got you. Warming up is simply the most important thing you must do before training. But for some reason, it's the most neglected. Too many b-boys sport that no warm-up life, and it just wreaks havoc on your body. Yeah, cool, you may be chilling now, hitting those mad air flares, hitting those mad one-handed elbow tracks, whatever. But in 10 years, when you're suffering, it's just peak. You go to a jam and you're just like, oh, you'll stiff up. Stress, man, stress. So, there are 4 main stages to an effective warm-up. Stage number 1, get the Tabata Timer app. Tabata is a high-intensity interval training app, and yo, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect for warming up for breaking. You set the interval to 20 seconds, you set the rest to 10 seconds, and you set the reps to 10 reps. Stage 2, top rock drills during the active session. So drill your salsa step, drill your Indian step, drill your cross step, or even just dance. Just dance for the active intervals, the 20 seconds. Make sure it's intense, but it's not dynamic. And just bang it, 10 reps, bang, 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 bang. So stage 3, after you finish your 10 reps, dynamic stretch. Make sure it's dynamic stretching and not static stretching for these reasons. Static stretching will loosen the tendons in your muscles before you train. This results in weaker muscles and not allow you to move as quickly or as on demand as you would do if you use dynamic stretching beforehand. Leave static stretching to the end of the session. When you finish, you want to train for flexibility. That's when you should do static, but dynamic prepares you for the movement that we're going to be doing. Us as breakers, we know we do mad stuff with our bodies, so we can't make them weak before training. Doesn't make no sense. Stage 4, repeat stages 2 and 3 2 more times. So a total of 3 times. The first time, use dynamic stretch routine number 1. This routine's for your arms, your shoulder blades, and your neck. Pretty simple, just repeat each one 10 times and then move on. For rep 2, use a second dynamic stretch routine. This routine stretches your hamstrings, your inner thighs, your quads, your hip flexors, your hips, and your waist. And finally, use stretching routine number 3, which is more focused on your wrists. Repeat each exercise 10 times and you're good to go. Alright, cool. Finally, we got the boring ass warm up out the way. It's time to do the headspin. Let's go. Let's start from the beginning of my headspin journey. Headstands. Alright, so I don't actually have any footage of me training headstands. Like, bro, it's that long ago. I don't even think they had cameras, bro. Like, I remember the struggle like it was like yesterday. I was going on my head and then being about as stable as a mobile home in a tornado. Someone breathed on me and I'll be on my back. It was peak. I was so baffed, but I didn't have a clue what was wrong. So what is the problem? It's the hand placement. The most important thing about headstands is your hand placement. Think of your head and your hands as the three legs of a gorilla pod. If they're too close or they're too far, the camera's gonna drop. You need to ensure that there's a perfect triangle form between your two hands and your head. Now, if you are going to fall, make sure you tuck your head in and roll. I don't want people just dropping with their back smashing on the ground like that. Nah, like, it's peak, you're just gonna hurt yourself, not gonna be fun. Now, actually time to get on your head. There are 4 things that I think you should have before you progress onto the next stage. Stage 1, tucked position with your knees on your elbows. Stage 2 is sitting on a pot. So just imagine you're just sitting on the toilet upside down on your head. Stage 3 is straddle. Keep your hips up, open your legs as wide as they can. Finally, stage 4 is leg movement. Practice moving your legs all over the place while keeping your arms and your head stable while not moving. Alright, cool. So the main focus of this stage is holding these positions until they become natural for you. The why behind this stage is getting used to being on your head for extended periods. Just think about it. Us as humans, not really supposed to be chilling on our heads. So this is gonna take a while for you to get, but persevere, push through it, and you'll be chilling. You'll be ready to move on to stage number 2. So back to my headspin story. So as time went on, I was getting good with my headstand, so I was ready to move on. But they say you gotta crawl before you can walk, right? So this is what baby steps are. This is what the next stage is about. Baby steps is effectively the crawling parts of headspins. Alright, so this is where I fucked up big time. When I was training headspins at the beginning, my hips were low and it stagnated my progress for years. I literally just couldn't move on. Get into headstand, straddle position. Make sure you keep your hips up, and I cannot stress this enough. Make sure you're sporting that V for victory. So once you're in a headstand, rotate very, very slowly using small taps. The focus of this stage is getting you to use the smallest taps to move around slowly on your head. The why behind this stage is strengthening the micro muscles, getting them used to the small tweaks and corrections that are needed when you're doing head spins. If you're gonna head spin fast, you're gonna have to be strong, and this strengthens those small muscles that we do not use on a daily basis. Knowledge, bruv. Okay, cool. I've built up the muscles that I need to keep myself up. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling chilling, like, bro, I'm progressing, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to move, I'm ready to do some damage. Now it's time for the quarter taps. Now that you've built the habit of keeping your hips up using those micro adjustments, we're going to focus on the next major fuck up of mine. So I used to train my headspins mad strange. My head, my torso, and my body were all separate components. This resulted in it being almost impossible for me to catch my balance when I moved on into this stage. So you need to separate your body into 2 components. Your head down to your hips, that's one component. And the second component is your legs onwards. So for this progression, you're going to be moving around in quarters. You start the rotation with your torso segment, turning 1/4 of the way around. Then your legs simply follow. Your legs constantly need to be playing catch up. So you move a quarter, use your torso, you move a quarter with your top half, or your bottom half because you're upside down, and your legs follow. They lag behind. Cool. So the main focus of this is to keep your body separated into 2 components. Your hips to your head, that's one component. The hips down to your feet, that's the second component. So the why behind this stage is that when you move on to full taps and you want to generate crazy speed, you're going to have to reach really far with your torso and have your legs kick and follow behind as fast as it can. If you don't separate into components, or you separate into too many components, you're just going to be thrown off balance and you just drop. Can taste them headspin taps, you're getting closer. Now it's time to move on to the next stage, half taps. Okay, so with half taps, you need to be keeping your hands away from your face. And this is something I only corrected recently. The reason being goes back to stage 1 when we started doing headstands. So remember that gorilla pod analogy. If your hands are too close to your face and you start rotating, you're just gonna drop. To maintain balance, you need to have your hands away from your face, not too far, but not too close. With this stage, you're gonna be rotating in halves. Like the last stage with the quarters, your body is separated into 2 components. You reach around with your torso and your legs lag behind and follow. The differences with this one is that you're going to have to reach a little further and you'll be picking up a bit more speed as you're going to be cutting it down to halves rather than quarters. I know it did state that you'll be moving faster, but remember to take your time with this so your body can build the strength it needs to be able to pick up speed and maintain balance. The main focus of this stage is to keep your legs locked and as straight as possible. The why behind that is to maintain a tension in your body when you're head spinning, enabling you to pick up major speed when you start doing full taps. So we made it, B. We made it. It's the final stage. Head spins are going to be so much more fun this train now. But you got to remember, this is where the numbers count. So full taps, let's go. So sweet. You finally reached the final stage of head spin. You built up a ton of good habits which you're going to be put into use in this final stage. In this stage, you got to reach as far as you can and push to get a full rotation before you tap again. Now that you're here at the final stage, you would have built up enough strength and enough balance for you to do this effectively. But it's still going to be difficult, so you're going to need to put in mad numbers. In this time, there's going to be 2 focus points, which kind of goes against how I believe it should be, but these 2 are really important for you to have success in this stage. Focus point number 1 is keep them hands away from your face. I cannot stress this enough, as it's really common for people, including myself, as you start to head spin fast, start to bring your hands closer to your face. This makes it really difficult for you to do glides as your legs and your arms are already off balance. Focus point number 2 is numbers. Now this is where it really counts, and we'll discuss this in the next section, but still, you're gonna need to put in crazy amounts of numbers. I'm saying you start a session, you warm up, head spin until your head is raw, like blood is coming out the top of your head. That's when you know you've had a good head spin session. So that's it. Yo, we made it. Those are the simple stages to getting head spin taps. But I know what you're thinking. But Prem, I still don't know how to train head spins. How do I know when to move on? How do I know when I've done enough numbers to progress? How do I know if I got you in it? Damn. Yo, obviously this is between us shit, but I'll tell you the secret, bruv. The key to success, and any move, anything, not even a move, forget that. Anything that you want to get good at, bruv. One simple trick. The key is numbers, bruv. Numbers. Any person who is live at anything has simply done it more times than you. With the right technique, but they've done it more times than you. So yo, think about this, yeah. If you cram 12 months worth of high quality training into 12 weeks, you will get the same results in 4 months than someone who's doing it for a year. Trust me and it works, I swear down. Go and get a notebook, get pen and paper and start writing this down. So with stage 1 with the headstands, remember the 4 subcategories, right? When you can hold each one for 1 minute, you're ready to move on to the next category. The programming for each session, I want you to do 50 reps each session. So for example, you go up on your head, you hold it for as long as you can, up to a minute or even more than a minute if you want to, and then you come down, that's 1 rep. But the key is to max out each rep. That's the only way you're going to progress. If you do 10 seconds and then you do 5 seconds when you could really done another 10 seconds, you're not going to progress because you're not pushing your body to its limit. That's how you get better. You need to push your body to the current limit that it has, so those limits are heightened the next time that you train. So stage 2, baby rotations. When you can do 5 continuous rotations with the baby steps, you're ready to move on to stage 3. So the programming again is 50 reps per session. So 1 rotation, so 1 full rotation is 1 rep. Try to do multiple rotations. So if you can feel you do another one after you finish the first one comfortably, then do another one that counts as 2 reps, 3 reps, 4 reps, 5 reps, and so on. You guys get the point. Stage 3, quarter taps. Same again as last time. When you can do 5 continuous rotations, but with quarter taps, you're ready to move on to stage 4. Programming once again, 50 reps per session. 1 rotation is 1 rep. Try to do multiple reps. You guys get the point. There's a pattern here really. So with half taps, same as a quarter taps and the baby steps. Once you can do 5 continuous rotations with half taps, then you're ready to move on to full rotations. Programming, same again, 50 reps. 1 rotation is 1 rep. Try to max out as many as you can. So last but not least, the final stage, full taps. So when you can do more than 10 taps, full rotations, you'll be ready to move on to glides. But the aim for this is to just push and get it as fast and as controlled as possible. The faster and the more controlled you can do it, the easier it is for you to start taking your hands off and doing glides. Programming is the same again, 50 reps per session, 1 rotation is 1 rep. Try to do multiple reps. I think my max is like 40 something, I think. Just taps, not taking my hands off. So that's it, yo. Those are the simple steps to get headspin taps. If you follow what I say in the stages, trust me, you'll get headspin soon enough. But you want to get them faster? Numbers. Up 50 reps to 100 reps. And trust me, you get the experience that you need. Just take your time, enjoy the process, enjoy the grind, enjoy the plateaus. And before I chip, here are the main takeaways. Focus on building one habit at a time. Every time you drill, focus on that habit that you're trying to build during that stage. And you need to focus on drilling that until it becomes a habit and you don't need to think about it. So for example, when I said about keeping your hips up when you're head spinning, you need to do that and focus all of your energy on making sure that your hips are up when you're spinning. After a while, that becomes so natural that you don't need to think about it and you've built a habit. The more numbers you do, focusing on that habit, the faster it will become a habit. And it'll be as simple as that. That's why when I start doing power, I don't need to think about where I need to place my hands, which foot kicks, which foot pulls. I simply just think about, I want to do mills, I'm doing mills. I want to do flares, I'm doing flares, etc, etc. And also the main thing, nothing comes easy. This is going to take months of training and you're going to hit tons of plateaus. Don't even worry about it. Like, the main thing I'd say for you is to learn to love the plateau. When you start hitting one, you know that after you've overcome it, a huge burst of progress is going to happen. So remember, the more numbers you put in, the faster you progress. Simple as that. So there you go, a premium guide to headspin taps. It's been your boy Premier. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to link me videos of your progression if you need any help, you need any feedback. Try and find a mentor, but if no one's there, no one can help you, just shoot me a message and yeah, I'll try to help you as much as I can. Follow me on Snapchat, Terrell Premier. Follow me on Instagram, Terrell Premier. Remember, train hard. If you believe, you can achieve. Peace.